please be upstanding. Please be seated. Seleucia, Ctesiphon. To many, it may sound like a distant and unfamiliar name, a name from an ancient map from another time and another land. But when we turn the pages of history, we see the renowned name of Seleucia Ctesiphon written with honor. On the banks of the Tigris, in the heart of Mesopotamia, Seleucia Ctesiphon became the ancient patriarchal center of the Church of the East. From there, the faith of our fathers was organized, strengthened, and carried across nations, through Persia, India, Central Asia, and even as far as China. It was a city of kings and empires, but for us, it became a city of faith. And today, centuries later, we gather here in Sydney to open a hall that carries that ancient name. This hall is not only a building, it is a bridge between our homeland and our new home, between our ancestors and our children, between the history we inherited and the future we are building. Good afternoon, beloved guests. My name is Bratil Isho, and it is my great honour to be your Master of Ceremonies for today's historic occasion. Today we have gathered in this 21st century Seleucia Ctesiphon Hall, here on the grounds of Yosip Church, with the hope that we may carry the glory of that ancient city into our new home here in Sydney's southwest. His Eminence, Marmila Zaya AM, Metropolitan of the Archdiocese of Australia, New Zealand and Lebanon, and Patriarchal Vicar of the Assyrian Church of the East, alongside His Grace, Mar Binyamin Elia, Bishop of Victoria and New Zealand. I take this opportunity to formally welcome the Honourable Anthony Albanese MP, Prime Minister of Australia, the Honourable Chris Bowen MP, Minister for Climate Change and Energy, Federal Member for McMahon, Miss Anne Stanley, MP, Member for Werriwa, Mr Nathan Haggerty, MP, Member for Liverpool, Leppington, Mayor Ned Manoon, Mayor of Liverpool, accompanied by his wife, Mrs Tina Ayard, MP, Member for Holsworthy. His Excellency, Mr Muthanna Saleh Al-Subaihi, Consul General of Iraq, Mr Haval Sian, Representative of the Kurdistan Regional Government in Australia. We also warmly welcome our friends from PMDL Architecture and Design, Bloom Park, Fusion Constructions, and the Commonwealth Bank of Australia. We acknowledge and welcome the Reverend Fathers of our Archdiocese and those joining us from the Chaldean Catholic Church and the Ancient Church of the East, together with our respected deacons. We welcome the trustees of the Assyrian Church of the East, the board members of Assyrian Christian Schools Limited, the executives of St Herma's Assyrian Primary School and St Nasei Assyrian Christian College, and the delegates of the Assyrian political, social and charitable organisations, parties and associations. And most importantly, to our beloved parishioners, families, volunteers and friends, welcome. Today marks a historic milestone for Yosip Parish, the official grand opening of the Seleucia Ctesiphon Hall. This is a day of gratitude and joy, a day to celebrate a new home for our parish community, a place where faith, culture, language, education and fellowship will continue to grow for generations to come. Before we officially commence the program, I would like to acknowledge the Darug and Tharawal peoples, the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today, and pay my respects to elders past and present and emerging. I extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders people joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the Australian, Assyrian and Church anthems. Thank you.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free with God. toil. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
صومت شباخا صورت صلواتا روش مدغدايوتا آتي ودمغبتي آتا خبيوتا بمرومت خيروتا بما يون بارو يا خنانا طوام من كل جانب من كل رخيم مدقى قديشا دوخ كودت لي كما ديوان خايا خبط لشلايا بيشت مورمتا بيشت قودشتا خطلاني تبرختا العالم شبختا مشخر وخاني مشخن يا خاني آتت بيت ناري آتو قدشتم آتت بيت نارم آتو قدشتم.
أتت عيتي هيويت خيو هيمانوتي برسلوني شاخ أواتي فقر الشماخ ضنات موتي. رمزات عيطان يمقود اشتا هيمنتا بإيدا مسوبيتا دخل خيه سهدت عيطا هالأبد بشت مرمطا. شيلخ اشكا وزرق لبهرا ضنات رملا أتت شرارا مريا ويلا قاتو مارا بتراب ربا دار الدارا مريا ويلا قاتو مارا بتراب ربا دار الدارا.
Thank you. Please be seated. It is now my honour to invite His Eminence Marmila Zaya to offer his blessings and reflections on this historic occasion. Please welcome His Eminence.
Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you so much. Hayatım Basima Rama. The Honourable Prime Minister of Australia, Mr. Anthony Albanese, MP, Your Grace, Your Excellencies, Reverend Fathers, the Honourable Members of Federal, State, and distinguished guest members of our community, ladies and gentlemen, dear Prime Minister, I would like to extend on behalf of myself and all members of the Assyrian Church of the East community here our deepest gratitude to you for your support of this project and for honoring the community by officially opening this hall today. Your presence at this significant milestone reflects the value of community, faith, and cultural diversity within our Australian nation. We are grateful for your encouragement and for the support shown to our Archdiocese and the wider Assyrian community. It is a great privilege to welcome you on this historic occasion, and we thank you for sharing in our celebration as we dedicate this hall to the service of our community. Today is a day of great joy and gratitude as we gather to officially open this new community hall named after the first see of the Patriarchate of the Church of the East in the ancient city of Seleucia, Ctesiphon, presently Baghdad, Iraq. We give thanks to God for his blessings and for bringing this project to completion. This hall represents much more than a building. It is a place where our community will come together in fellowship, learning, celebration, service, and support for one another. It will be a home for church activities, youth programs, cultural events, charitable initiatives, and many other gatherings that strengthen the bonds within our community. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all who contributed their time, skills, prayers, and financial support, especially grateful to the federal government for the grant funding of $5 million that helped make this vision a reality. Their support has enabled us to create a facility that will serve not only our congregation, but also the wider community of many years to come. I would like to offer special thanks to the Honorable Anne Stanley, Federal Member for Werriwa, and the Honorable Chris Bowen, Federal Member for McMahon, for their support of our Archdiocese and this important community project. Their encouragement, advocacy, and assistance have been greatly appreciated throughout this journey. We are grateful for their commitment to supporting local communities and helping organizations such as ours provide facilities that serve people of all ages and backgrounds. On behalf of our Archdiocese and the wider Assyrian community, we sincerely thank you. Thank you for your friendship, support, and presence with us on this special occasion. I also extend my sincere thanks to Mr. Nathan Haggerty, Mayor Ned Manoon, and other local representatives who supported this initiative. We would also like to extend our sincere gratitude to the builders, engineers, architects, contractors, and all the tradespeople who worked diligently on this project. Their professionalism, skill, and commitment transformed architectural plans into this beautiful facility we inaugurated today. Throughout the construction process, they demonstrated dedication to quality, safety, and excellence, ensuring that this hall would serve our community for generations to come. We thank them not only for their craftsmanship, but also for the care and attention they invested in every stage of the project. I'd like to acknowledge the following: from PMDL Architects for their dedication to excellency, Mr. David Morris, Mr. Habib Hayek, and Mr. Kim Legras, originally involved in the design of the project. Also from Fusion Constructions Proprietary Limited for their beautiful building works, Mr. Stephen Flannery, Managing Director, Mr. Joe Vitale, Operation Manager, Mr. Reese Moffat, Director and Construction Manager, Mr. Robert Zagurski, Project Manager, Mr. Matthew Kamilski, Site Manager, which I extend a special thanks for his conscientious commitment to the project, Mr. Savas Davardis, Contractor Administrator, Mr. Dominic Cook, Project Coordinator. From Bloom Park for their management of the project, Mr. Lee Thompson, Project Manager, Mr. Sean Diamond, Mr. Zahir Ahmed, also from Access Consultant, Ms. Farha Madon, Director. From Umbaco Landscape Architect, Ms. Jane Oswald, Director, and also from Commonwealth Bank of Australia, Mr. Alex McInnes, Relationship Manager, Mr. Benny Suleiman, Customer Services, and special thank goes to Mr. Paul Liotta, CFO, Assyrian Church of the East. We also acknowledge the generosity of our St. Yosip parish here. And also Mr. Reverend Father Shamuel Shmuel and Reverend Father Raman Yohannes, Archdiocese Secretary, for their assistance and helping in organizing today's celebration. To our parishioners here, donors, volunteers, committee members, and all who offer their time, expertise, prayers, and resources through our dedication and sacrifice. Through your dedication and sacrifice, this hall has been built for the benefit of present and future generation. I would also like to congratulate the members of our parish here in Lippington and the surrounding area on the completion of this wonderful hall. This achievement is a testament to your faith, generosity, dedication, and perseverance. Through your prayers, support, and commitment, you have helped create a beautiful facility that will serve our community for many years to come. You should take great pride as Australians and Assyrians in what has been accomplished here today. This hall stands as a symbol of what can be achieved when a community works together with a shared vision and purpose. May it be a place filled with fellowship, learning, celebration, and service, and may future generations look upon it as a lasting legacy of our commitment to the life and mission of our parish in this blessed and beloved country of Australia. While we celebrate the accomplishment of this hall today, we also look to the future with hope and determination. This achievement makes an important step in the growth of our parish, but it is not the end of our journey. Our next great undertaking is the construction of St. Yosip Church and School, a sacred house of worship that will stand as a spiritual home for future generation. With God's blessings, the support of our faithful community, and the goodwill of our friends, we pray that this vision will also become a reality. As we have come together to build this hall, so too we will unite in faith and purpose to build the church and school that will serve as the heart of our parish for many years to come. May God bless this hall, all who enter it, and all those who contributed to its construction. Thank you, and peace be with you. God bless you.
Thank you, Your Eminence, for your inspiring words and for your spiritual leadership on this very special day. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to invite the Honourable Anthony Albanese MP, Prime Minister of Australia, to deliver his remarks. Please welcome the Prime Minister.
Well, thank you very much. It is indeed my absolute pleasure and honour to be with you here today, along with my friends, your two local members, Chris Bowen and Anne Stanley, passionate members of my government. I acknowledge as well the state members of Parliament, the Mayor, members of the clergy who are here with us as well today. Most importantly, I acknowledge my friend His Eminence, Your Grace, and other members of the clergy who are here with us, members of the community who have brought this vision into a reality today. This is something of which you will be proud, and every time you come to this magnificent hall, or indeed just come into contact with events that are held here, it will be a source of ongoing pride for a long period of time. Today is such a special day for St Yosip's Parish and for the Assyrian community of Western Sydney. This is a wonderful addition to the Assyrian chapter in the great Australian story, delivered by the Holy Apostolic Catholic Assyrian Church of the East. This hall began as a dream. That it now stands before us as a reality is a testament to the ambition and energy of so many in your community, demonstrating the drive and dedication that this country is built on. A country that is proudly multicultural, a country in which people have come from all over the world, with the exception of First Nations people, loyal to Australia, but also being able to practice their faith, being able to practice and enrich our Australian culture by celebrating and practicing the cultures from all around the world that make up this modern Australian nation. I do want to particularly acknowledge Your Eminence. Your leadership of this community is quite extraordinary and has allowed it to go from strength to strength. This hall is just the latest example of your vision. Our government is proud to have delivered on our commitment to throw our financial support behind this project. St Yosip Parish Community Hall will serve as a vital hub for locals, hosting events, support groups, youth programs, educational classes, and so much more. And I was touched by some of the youngest members of your community, waving proudly flags as I arrived here just a short period of time ago. It will provide a welcoming space for social interaction and for practical support. What it all adds up to is community, that sense of belonging, which is so important, that we have that connection with each other, that we're able to strengthen relationships between neighbours. It is about friendship and support and people simply following that deeply human instinct that we have to look after each other. It's about building and nurturing that sense of home and place. But here, of course, as well, there is a spiritual dimension to the activities that will occur here. Importantly, it will give you, as Assyrian Australians, an added opportunity to celebrate your heritage in the land in which you, or your parents or grandparents, took the momentous decision to put down new roots. St Yosip Parish Community Hall is a wonderful achievement, but this, of course, is not where the story ends. Rather, it's the first step in the community's longer-term plan to build a school and a church here. These are the sorts of steps that enrich not just a suburb like Leppington, but add to our nation as a whole. What you've contributed to the great Australian tapestry is the long and remarkable thread, the story of a remarkable civilisation. Above all, you've added the story of a resilient people with an identity that has stood proud and unbowed through the turbulence of history. Today we once again celebrate the proud place that Assyrian Australians have in the big picture of our nation. It has been built by the generations that have come before you and added to each day by you. And in the young Assyrian Australians from the schools that we see here as well, we know that that culture is being handed down and celebrated, which is so important. In decades to come, this community hall will see many gatherings full of joy, learning and friendship. In the process, it will give so much, not just to the community, but to anyone who passes through its doors. So thank you to everyone who believed in this project and made it possible. Thank you to the workers who worked on this project and made it one which was built not just with funds or bricks and mortar, but importantly was built with passion and a desire to leave something for others in the years ahead. It has indeed been my deep honour to be invited to open it. May God bless all who come to celebrate events and to participate in activities here in this fantastic hall. Basima Rabba.
Thank you, Prime Minister, for your words and for your presence with us today. I kindly invite the Prime Minister and His Eminence for the unveiling of the plaque to commemorate this joyous occasion. Yep. Thank you so much, Prime Minister, for your attendance today. It adds greatly to the significance of this occasion, not only for Yosip Parish, but for the wider Assyrian community of Australia. Thank you. Thank you. We will now hear from the Mayor of Liverpool, Mr. Ned Manoon, to share his reflections. Please welcome Mayor Manoon.
Your Eminence, Your Graces, to all the different religious leaders here, to Mr. Bowen, to Anne Stanley, to Nathan, and most importantly to all the different also Consul Generals who are here from the Diplomatic Corps, but most importantly to everyone here from the community, I want to say on behalf of myself and the people of Liverpool, congratulations. Congratulations on this momentous occasion, which only started, I think it was 18 months ago when the sod was turned. And you can see what can actually happen under great leadership. And Your Eminence, I want to congratulate you and thank you for your leadership as a proud Australian, as a proud Assyrian Australian, who is going out there making such an amazing contribution and difference to the community. This is testament to it right here. And I think it's very symbolic to seeing that the hall is opening up before the church. And I say it's symbolic because it demonstrates that life every single day is not what we do necessarily on the church on a Sunday, but it's what we learn within that Sunday and practice through every single interaction that we do as human beings, as Australians, as a proud Assyrian Australians. The actions from the youth activities, from being active and learning and walking in the way of Christ is a very important thing. So it is great and I think symbolic that this is the way that it started. And it's so good to see the continued contributions of the many Assyrian Australians that are out there. And I want to pay homage to one in particular if I can. It is the World Cup season. And I want to acknowledge Anta Isaac, the head of the FFA, who was going out there and representing Australia in this time. We live in an amazing and a beautiful society, and this is what Australia is about. And we see it here today, out here in Leppington. We see it every day, whether it's on the international stage of Football Federation Australia. But it shows, most importantly, what happens when we all work together in the right spirit, in the spirit of love. It is in the spirit of love that this building gets built. It is in the spirit of love that people go out there and say, we want to make things better, and we want to make things better for our future generations. We may not bear the fruit of it, but it's the future generations that will. So on behalf of myself and everyone in the Liverpool City Council, I want to thank the Assyrian community on this amazing milestone, and we look forward to the continued construction and hopefully the opening of the church in the not-too-distant future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. It is now my pleasure to invite the Honourable Chris Bowen MP, Minister for Climate Change and Energy, Federal Member for McMahon, to share a few words. Please welcome Minister Bowen.
Your Eminence, Your Grace, Reverend Fathers, Reverend Sisters, and Stanley, Nathan Haggerty, Mr Mayor, friends. It's wonderful to be with you on this most special day. And congratulations for getting this beautiful facility built so quickly. It doesn't feel like that long ago that Anne Stanley and I were here, about 18 months ago, to announce the funding. And there was nothing here. It was just grass. But it wasn't too long before that. I remember, I think I was in Queensland working, and my phone rang and I looked at the screen and it said, Ma Milasaya. So you answer. I said, hello, Your Eminence. He said, Chris, can you come and see me in my house? I said, okay, I'm back in Fairfield tomorrow. I'll come and see you tomorrow. Now, for those of you who've been to see His Eminence, you get a lovely Assyrian cake. You get coffee. But he's not asking you over to talk about the weather. He's not asking you over to discuss the football. He's asking you over to talk about what's next for the community. And he said, Chris, our community's moving to Leppington and Middle Cundrange. The younger generations are moving from Fairfield. I said, yeah, I know. He said, well, so we need to expand. I said, yeah, good. He said, well, I got some plans, and the chief financial officer was there, and I thought, oh, I'm in trouble here. And he showed me these beautiful plans of a church, of a hall, of a school. I said, Your Eminence, this is beautiful. This is wonderful. This is great. He said, yes, but Chris, there's one problem. It's going to cost $9 million. And the church has got $4 million. And that's where you come in, Chris, he said. I said, well, I always like to say yes to you, Your Eminence, but we're going to have to work on this one. Conversation with Anne Stanley, conversation with our Prime Minister, conversation with Chu Lee, and we're very proud to be here today. Not just to support the new hall, but to have played a small role in the development of the wonderful Assyrian Australian community in Western Sydney. This is a proud day, and this hall will service not just the Assyrian community, but this growing Western Sydney community in this area, and we're very proud of that. And as the Prime Minister said, these days there's some debates on in Australia, but can you imagine an Australia without an Assyrian Australian community? The Australian community opened up to Assyrians who needed refuge. That is true. But Australians had given back again and again and again, manyfold, what was given. Many times over, what was given by the Australian community to open up. And the Australian community is richer socially, economically, in every sense, for the contribution of Assyrian Australians. And of course, today is a special day in the leadership of His Eminence. Remember the Assyrian Australian community in the early 1980s when he was sent here by the then Patriarch. No St Hermit's Cathedral, no St Hermit's School, no St Nasai College, no St Yosip's. just the small church in Fairfield, which has grown now. And here's the other news. He's not yet done. He's already planning the retirement villages and the nursing homes, from cradle to the grave, he tells us. And we'll partner with you on those too, Your Eminence. So, my friends, thank you for sharing a special day with our Prime Minister and with Anne and with I. It is such an important part of our community. We are very pleased, Anne Stanley, Chu Lee and I, to be able to make this commitment to you, and even more pleased so quickly to see you take that commitment and turn it into a wonderful Assyrian-Australian facility. Basi maraba.
Thank you, Minister Bowen, for your words and continued support for our community. I now invite Ms Anne Stanley, MP, Federal Member for Werriwa, to address us. Please welcome Ms Anne Stanley.
Your Eminence, my friend Chris Bowen, Nathan, the Mayor of Liverpool, but so many others of you in the audience who are my friends and that I've worked so closely with in this community. When I woke up this morning a little early, about 5 a.m, it was 5 degrees, and I thought I could just imagine all of the volunteers here hoping for a beautiful day, putting the chairs out, and it is clear how much that your community and your volunteers have worked so hard. When Chris and I came to the sod turn 18 months ago, there were cows still in the paddock. There were, and while I listened so closely to His Eminence and everybody about what was going to happen here, I could not imagine just how gorgeous this facility, the grounds are already shown, like all the trees, all the planting. And that's because so many of you are passionate and have worked so hard. And as both Chris and the Prime Minister said, you are a wonderful addition to Australia, and it is my privilege to be here today, to be with so many friends and celebrate with you just what you can achieve with a little bit of help. Thank you so much for the invitation today. Thank you for always welcoming me so warmly to any event that you had. It is a great privilege to be able to speak to you and be with you today. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Ms Anne Stanley, for your words and for joining us today. I now invite Mr Nathan Haggerty, Member for Leppington, to speak on this occasion. Please welcome Mr Haggerty.
Thank you, and I obviously acknowledge Your Eminence, Your Grace, members of the clergy, Chris, Anne and the Mayor. It's an incredibly important day when the Prime Minister comes to your community. So we all know this is a very, very important day, a very historic day. And as Chris was reflecting, you're right, Your Eminence, many, many members of the Assyrian community are moving out to my community, and I'm very pleased and very happy to see that. As someone who grew up in Bonnyrigg, I've also made the transition out this way, and I'm very, very pleased to see many of the community are doing the same. And they've made already an immense contribution. When I go downstairs at where my office is in the shopping centre, and I see cafes and I see restaurants run by Assyrian businessmen and women, they are already giving back to the community, and they're also always giving back in terms of building the schools and building the roads and building the new houses that are creating our community. So they've made an immense contribution, and of course a growing community needs a central place to come and celebrate and also worship, and that's why this place is so important. A little bit of trivia, a little bit of a fact. I have the most students in private school of any electorate in the state. And I think what that means is people from my community value faith. And they understand that faith isn't just when you occasionally visit the church for a wedding here and there. It's an integral part of who you are, and that's especially so for the Assyrian community. It's not just coming to services on a Sunday, it's coming through the week for youth group or seniors group or perhaps language classes. It's an incredibly important part of who you are and part of the struggle that has led to you being here and thriving in this community. So I look forward to coming back here time and time again. I have been here a couple times, and I can confirm that on the occasions that we came out here previously, there were sheep and goats and cows, and they're still around. I was driving through the back the other day, and I took a hard right turn and nearly cleaned up about a dozen sheep. And I had to wait for them to get off the road, and then we kept driving. But I'm sure in no time that'll change, and this will be a thriving community. And as I said, this will be a centre for that community. So very, very important day, and congratulations to everyone who has had a role in this project. And I thank the federal government for their contribution. It's incredibly important, and what a wonderful day. Let's celebrate. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Haggerty. Ladies and gentlemen, as we come towards the close of the formal program, we give thanks to God for the blessing of this day. A hall like this does not appear overnight. It is built through vision, it is built through prayer, it is built through generosity, and it is built by people who believe that faith, heritage, and community must continue to grow for the next generation. We thank the Honourable Anthony Albanese MP, Prime Minister of Australia, the Honourable Members of Parliament, His Eminence, Marmila Zaya, His Grace Marbanyamin Elia, our Reverend Fathers and Deacons, the Parish Committee, our volunteers, donors, families, and all who have contributed to making this day possible. On behalf of Yosip Parish, thank you all for joining us for this historic grand opening. You are all warmly invited to remain on the hall grounds and enjoy the rest of the day with us. There will be food, family, activities, fellowship, and opportunities to support the parish as we continue the celebrations together. May God bless you all, and please enjoy the rest of this beautiful day with your families and our community. Thank you.